All right, welcome to The Explainer. In the world of the undead, some secrets are buried deeper than any crypt. Today, we're cracking open the dossier on a secret society that operates in the deepest, darkest shadows. An organization so feared, even other monsters are terrified to whisper its name. And believe me, that's not just some empty threat. That's the unspoken promise that keeps everyone in line through pure, raw terror. It's a reputation that guarantees when the Black Hand gives an order, you follow it. No questions asked. So, who are these guys? Are they just boogeymen? You know, a scary story to keep ambitious young vampires from getting out of hand? To really get to the truth, we have to look past the grisly reputation and dig into a history that's written in blood, shadow, and a fanatical devotion to a cause older than most countries. When you start to peel back all those layers of myth and fear, you find their true nature. See, they aren't just a group of assassins or shadowy manipulators. At their core, there's something far more ancient and way, way more dangerous. They are a faith. That's right, they're a warrior elite, totally bound by this zealous belief that they're fighting in the final nights of the world, an apocalypse they call Gehenna. They see themselves as the chosen soldiers of their mythological creator, the very first vampire, Caine, and they are fighting for the ultimate prize, his favor when it all comes crashing down. Their story starts here, in the mythological cradle of their kind. They began as this small, obscure sect called the Lost Tribe, and from there, they grew. Their roots dug deep into the bloody soil of this legendary and long-lost home. And this is their holiest site, supposedly hidden somewhere in modern-day Iraq. The Weeping Stone isn't just some symbol, it's a living relic, a direct, physical connection to their ancient past. Pilgrims literally risk final death just for a chance to visit it. This legend, the story of Zilla's tears, is the very heart of their faith. That ever-flowing blood is a constant, physical reminder of their loss, their purpose, and the coming apocalypse. It's the fuel for their march toward the end of the world. Okay, let's really dive into this, because it brings up a fascinating question. What could possibly motivate a creature that is already cursed, already damned for all eternity, to embrace the path of a fanatical martyr? You know, for mortal martyrs, the logic is clear. You sacrifice your one life in the belief that you're getting a heavenly reward. But for the Hand, the sacrifice is infinitely darker. They're already cut off from any hope of paradise. Their war isn't for a better place. It's for their place in this one, right at their creator's side. And here it is. This is the key to the whole thing. They have this concept they call the second death. They believe they've already experienced it, that this unlife they now have is a gift. And that philosophical leap frees them from the one thing that paralyzes almost every other vampire, the fear of final death. And what's wild is that their whole philosophy has this striking parallel to the code of the samurai, to Bushido. By embracing their own damnation and living as though they're already dead, they find this incredible kind of freedom, a purpose and a strength that makes them completely, utterly fearless. So a philosophy that embraces damnation makes them fearless. Okay, great. But how does that actually translate into creating the most effective killing force in the world? Let's take a look at how they recruit and train their operatives, how they forge what they call the perfect beast. Their recruitment pipeline is ruthlessly efficient. There's no begging, no second chances. A senior member, a Dominion, spots a candidate, watches them, and then gives them one single take-it-or-leave-it offer. If you say no, that's it. They never ask again. This ensures only the most decisive and committed even make it to training. And if you accept, well, that's when the real hell begins. Boot camp is designed to completely shatter the individual and then remake them in the Hand's image. They push recruits beyond every conceivable physical and mental limit, forging them into weapons worthy of serving Kai in the final battle. I mean, just look at this curriculum. This isn't your average training. They master ancient mnemonic techniques for perfect recall, become fluent in multiple languages, and get proficient with everything from their own fangs to assault rifles. They become masters of espionage, combat, and philosophy. And this gets to their greatest tactical advantage. See, they don't play by the same rules as their enemies. For most vampires, the Masquerade, that absolute law about hiding their existence from humanity, is a cage. But for the Hand, it's a weapon. This case study illustrates their method perfectly. They staged what looked like a mortal mob hit in a very public place. Their vampire target had to play dead to protect the Masquerade, which allowed the hand to just stake him in the ambulance. They used the mortal world as a shield and their enemy's own laws as a trap. It's brilliant. So what is this all for? What is their final purpose? Well, for the Black Hand, the end of the world, what they call Gehenna, isn't some distant prophecy. They believe it's already started. For the Hand, this is the undeniable sign. A star visible only to their kind has appeared in the night sky. To them, it's not a natural phenomenon. It's a beacon, and its appearance confirms that the final nights are finally here. And yet, the dawn of their long-awaited apocalypse has brought uncertainty. The arrival of the endgame has forced them to ask some really tough questions. Are there enough of them? Are their ancient tactics even going to work in the modern world? And maybe most troubling of all, why are their own members starting to desert them at this most critical hour? So as the world they know starts to unravel, the Black Hand stands ready for its final war. But the ultimate question remains, are they saviors, fighting to protect a world that doesn't even know they exist? Or are they just the fanatical executioners of the apocalypse? That is their most terrifying secret.